morning. It is February what, 19th. Stop and think about the date. February 19th. So it is cold again. Today it is 10 degrees. That is lower than yesterday. I am so done with 10 degrees. So I looked at the forecast for the next few days into next week. It looks like next week, at the end of the week, it's going to be in the 40s. It's going to feel like spring. But it is pretty. The sky is blue. I see the moon up in the clear sky. That is really cool when you can see the moon when it's light out. And I can't really turn my camera around, obviously. I'm driving, but it's in front of me and it's really pretty. But it is so cold. So the snow is not melting. It is still there. The roads are decent. The weather report a few days ago said we were going to get some snow at the end of the week, but it looks like it's kind of clear. So I don't think that's going to be the case. So here we go. We're heading to school. It is time for school and it is Wednesday. Tomorrow is my day at the State House, so tomorrow I'll be going north. I start out the same way going to school. I get onto the highway and I get to a certain point where the interstate goes by, and I can't go south on school days. I go north on State House days. And there's a lot going on at the State House. Lots of things. From what I have figured out, at the beginning, the first day at the State House, we've got a lot of bills, and it's the easy ones, that everybody pretty much agrees with. Then they kind of mix in a couple of the hard ones, and they have people go up and talk about the different bills. Hello, good morning. It is 10 degrees on February 19th. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. This is my morning car chat. So I'm just talking about New Hampshire. New Hampshire we got our new governor in January, and we are doing some new things, trying to make things better. Some of the issues that are affecting us are education, what we call education freedom accounts. Some people are happy about it, some people are not. And we have things happening like car inspections in New Hampshire. Every year on your birthday, you have to register your car and you have to get a inspection sticker. And that means that your car, the brakes are good, the tires are good, no holes in your car, no weird lights on the dashboard that are turned on, all the blinkers work, all that kind of stuff. And you have to do that once a year. So my turn is coming up. And so people in the State House are trying to say, let's not do that anymore because other states don't do it. Why do we? And in New Hampshire, we do have some special cases where we need good tires because people might be driving in the snow. So if you're driving around with bald tires, that could be, dangerous for someone else. We have rust, so we need to make sure we don't have holes in the car or rust in the frame so that the car is going to fall apart while you're driving, stuff like that. In states where there's not as much snow, where you have salt and everything on the road, you might not be so susceptible to the body rot. So there are some things to consider that car inspection might be good for, but sometimes it's overburdening and costs an awful lot of money just to get your car to pass inspection when it's actually drivable. So that's a lot to consider, and we had it to committee, and the committee voted half and half. I think it was 8-8. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a battle in the state house with 400 people. That's coming up. There's lots of other bills that are related to parental rights, um, 91A requests. I don't even know all of the bills right off the top of my head. They all have numbers, so that's tricky, trying to keep track of which number is which and which number goes to which bill that is the concept that we're talking about. So it's been very interesting. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Cindy, and I'm a teacher, and I started this channel to connect with teacher friends. And so I was teaching online for several years, around before 2020, and then during 2020, and now I teach in person. I also do a tutoring. Thank you. I do a tutoring business, and I like to tutor math students, and I can do that on Zoom as well. So that works out. And I also like to just come here and talk about maybe something that's in the news or some topic that I came across. So thank you for coming to my channel, and I appreciate your comments. That really kind of helps my channel. I have over 1,000 subscribers, and I would like to get more watch time. So thank you for watching. Sometimes I talk a little bit about politics because I do some community service in my town. I work on the school board. I'm also a library trustee as well as a New Hampshire state representative. So, yeah, so I'm the mother of 13. My youngest is 17 right now. So my kids are growing up, going out on their own, making their own way in the world, and they left me. They left me all by myself. Yeah, not really, but kind of feels like that in a way. So I found things to do that are interesting and give me something to feel like I'm doing for my community as well. And I do also keep in touch with my kids and go to see them when I can. They have chosen faraway places to live. So that means when I get a break, I got to travel. And so, yeah, thank you for coming. So you talk about politics all the time. That's good. I really kind of wanted to just bring about my heart is breaking for the news right now with, I'm not going to say a lot about it, but the young people that were taken from their homes, and we found out last night that the family of a mom and two young children, they're saying that they have been taken from this world, and I'm just really sad about it. And I really pray for the unrest that is going on in the Middle East, and praying for them, praying for people that are trying to stand against it, and that we would find peace. It's, we want peace. Everybody wants peace. I can remember when I was a kid, down through the years, that when this is going to sound funny, but anytime you'd have like a beauty contest or some kind of talent thing, they would ask the question, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do with it? And they always said, I would give that money to bring about world peace. And, people that are in unrest, they understand that world peace is worth everything we have. To see other humans suffer is just horrible. And to see humans hurting humans, like on purpose, is just incomprehensible. And sometimes you do feel helpless, but I do feel it. I do believe in prayer, and I do pray for these people. I pray for the whole situation, that God would give strength and God would give supernatural power to people that are suffering and that have suffered during these times. And sometimes I feel so like spoiled because I feel like here these people are suffering and I'm going out trying to have a good day. I might complain about, oh, my coffee got cold or something ridiculous, and yet people are suffering. So comments about, um, yeah, drinking and driving. I do not drink alcohol at all. When I was a kid, I used to think drinking and driving was you're not allowed to drink. Like right now, I have coffee. You're not allowed to drink anything. I didn't know it was alcohol. But yeah, it's very dangerous and you can kill people. That's all I would say. Don't do it. You could, it's if you hurt yourself because of your choices, that's one thing. But when you hurt someone else, it's a whole nother ball game. My One of our family members has a relative that was affected by a drunk driver, was in an accident, and has been paralyzed his whole entire life. And I believe he's like 40 now. So from 18 to 40, he's been paralyzed. Go visit somebody like that. Or I have a friend that she was in a car accident with her family and her 4-year-old boy. At the time, he was the oldest of three. He was killed in a car crash with a drunk driver. So it's a very serious thing. It's not anything to take lightly. And if it's a loved one of yours, I would put your foot down, because then you're going to have to live with that knowledge that your person hurt someone and you could have stopped it. You could have told them no, you could have taken the keys, you could have, done something. And the same thing would go for, someone who's elderly and they're not in their right frame of mind. It's our responsibility as family members or friends to step in when we see a potential of someone else getting hurt. Like I said, you do something that you shouldn't do and you hurt yourself, that's one thing. But when you hurt someone else, you have to live with that the rest of your life. Yeah, I guess if that were me, I might say, find a new girlfriend. uh, yeah, I would definitely do something drastic. I don't have a tolerance for such things, and I hope that you figure it out. I think that the only way to keep other people safe when we know there's a potential problem is to be strong ourselves and do the right thing. And the other person might not like it, but at least you can have a good conscience. So my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you figure it out. And my prayers are with you as well. And yeah, there's a lot of people that are having hard times, and they have to resort to substances or medications or whatever it might be. And if that's your choice, then you've got to understand there's consequences, such as maybe you shouldn't drive. You absolutely have to have that medication, then maybe you shouldn't drive. So anyway, thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Cindy. I'm in New Hampshire. It is 13. When I started out a few minutes ago, it was 10 degrees. And so 3 degrees higher, I'll take it. And it's beautiful right now. The sky is blue. The sun is shining. It's just very cold. I looked at the weather report for the week, and it looks like we're going to have clear skies. It's going to be cold for this week, but next week looks like it's going up into the 40s, which I will love. 13 degrees is just a little too cold for me. It's the big freeze. But I think spring is coming. I'm pretty sure spring is coming. We're almost to the end of February, and March is a good month to think about spring, start planting seeds for your garden, start thinking about what you want to grow in that garden. Last year I didn't have much of a garden, but this year I want to get back to it. Do some cucumbers. They grew really well a couple years ago. I love cucumbers, lettuce, tomatoes, and kale. Kale is great to grow because that grows pretty well, pretty quickly, and it's great on salads and in smoothies and stuff like that. And when you buy that stuff, it's expensive. And it's cheap just to go right out in your garden and grab a few leaves. I tried cabbages a few years ago, and I got all these cabbage bugs, and I got squash bugs. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but when I grew the cucumbers, I had pretty good time with that. And so I'm going to have to be pretty intentional about what I'm growing. I like to grow things that maybe not try to grow every single thing, but grow a few good things. So anyway, how are you doing, and how are gas prices where you are? Gas prices are about $2.89. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. The Donald, wow. The Donald is here. Thank you so much. Wow. So, yeah, I actually was watching a video of Donald Trump and Elon Musk this morning talking about their partnership and the fact that Elon Musk is paying Donald Trump for damages from Twitter. So they were talking to Sean Hannity about it, and they're saying, "Why are you paying Donald Trump?" And Elon Musk thought it was only fair after all he's been through. And Donald Trump said that he was actually giving Elon Musk a deal. It was a pretty good interview, and that was on YouTube. They were talking about how Elon Musk is helping to find the excess spending in the government, and how he is trying to help. The administration right now is putting out executive orders, and he's trying to help to make sure those get implemented. And he's basically working as a friend. So he's working for kind of free. He's working, people are saying that they're not sure they like this situation, but I mean, if somebody came into your house and they said, the electric company paid you, you paid the electric company way too much, they overcharged you, and we're going to give you a rebate. Do you think anybody would cry about that? I wouldn't. Or your insurance company paid you paid way too much for your car insurance this year. We're going to give you a rebate. I think anybody who pays their own bills is going to be happy with that situation. So I it looks to me like we're looking at the budget from the government and trying to figure out where we're spending money on things that are excess, and we'll see what happens from there. The um, Doge is what they're calling it. Department of Government Efficiency. Efficiency. That's a good word. I don't think that's really partisan. Everybody wants efficiency. So we'll see what happens with that. And our gas is $2.89. It has been going down a little bit. But eggs, oh my goodness. I just had to buy a dozen eggs, and I kind of like just closed my eyes and tried not to think about how expensive they are. And I've had chickens before, so I could get my own eggs, but it's expensive to have your own chickens too. They're not free. So everything is expensive these days, and we're hoping that we'll get some relief if we manage our money a little better. So this video is all about my car chat. So that's what we do on a car chat, is we talk. So if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about current events and ask you how things are going where you are. I'm a teacher, so I teach algebra, like geometry, algebra, and 7th and 8th grade math. And it's kind of a hard subject to teach because a lot of kids aren't majorly excited about it, but I like it. I like giving the kids a chance to really work their brains, and I work in a small private Christian school, so it's a little different than what's going on in public schools right now. I hear that public schools are, they're struggling with behavior with the students. I hope we can get a handle on that and just bring some saneness to education. Well, I am ready to turn off and almost to my destination, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off this video. Thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate your comments, and I hope that you will come back to my channel, and I hope that you will subscribe and support my channel. I'm looking to try and get about 1,400 watch hours. I have knitting videos, I have crocheting videos, I have teacher interviews, which were a lot of fun to do. I have these car chats and just a variety of different types of topics. So thank you so much for coming, and I hope you have a great day.